Hey guys, this is Huntin for Games. Wildstar Reloaded is out and playable for free, and after the first week, many of the server issues have calmed down enough for me to play it daily. And guess what? It's awesome. With the introduction of free-to-play comes plenty of players fresh to the game, myself included. And with that in mind, here are the top 5 things I'd wish I'd known starting Wildstar.
Wildstar. Adventure is about to get an ass kicking.
So tip number 1, questing. Questing, in my opinion, is a little counterintuitive in this game as far as what's worth your time. If a quest is a couple levels below you, hide it, forget it, never go back. That time could be much better spent on quests that are at or above your level. It really affects the amount of experience you get. Specifically, the zone, regional, or world story quests are all the best. These all provide the largest amount of XP, and with those alone, you can get most of your leveling progress completed. As soon as a new area's zones quest open up, even if you're not done the current areas, jump ahead. This will mean that most of the time you won't come anywhere close to finishing an entire area of questing. So if that's important to you, totally feel free to ignore me. Obviously, this is all assuming the goal of leveling efficiency. So if you'd rather enjoy the game at your own pace, which is the staple of a good MMO, then by all means continue to do that. This is only advice for how to be at the best use of your time to get through, boring levels or try to catch up to a friend that might have out-leveled you a little bit. Tip number 2, account inventory. If you've pre-ordered, owned the game previously, or any variety of reasons that C.R.E.D. might want to provide gifts to you, C.R.E.D. will undoubtedly have shoved some of those into your account inventory. Many of these are unique to each character, meaning that you can open them on each character without using up the gift. So open it as much as you want. Quite a few of these are useful from level 1, such as mounts and various potions, so check them out as soon as you log on. Bringing us to tip number 3, research. So the new character creation is awesome for introducing players to all the different classes and some of the abilities they may be using going through the course of the game. Wildstar, however, is very diverse and offers numerous approaches to each class. On top of that, there are multiple roles you can fill, adding to the complexity. This is all good complexity, but this also means that while you might have an idea in your mind of how you want to play a class, and there's a good chance of that being an option, for all the flexibility, sometimes you just don't mesh with the class's design choices. For me, this was Esper, which I'm actually enjoying quite a bit, don't get me wrong. However, from a healing perspective, it's totally different from the other 2 healing classes. There are a bunch of single target abilities that heal or buff only a single target, but this means that all the aiming I've been practicing with my abilities suddenly doesn't mean jack shit. You better hope that you're used to switching through party members with hotkeys to heal them like in other MMOs. Well, after some practice, I found that I, enjoy this. I'm sure there are plenty out there who might realize this and quit the job, or maybe the game altogether. A little research into how each class performs each role before jumping into the fray can go a long way. Having said that, a lot of posts out there are fairly old, which leads me into my next point. Tip number 4, crafting. From what I've seen so far, I totally encourage everyone to get into crafting. It's a neat system and seems really approachable when paired with the matching gathering profession. It can benefit your characters in a lot of ways, and on top of that, there's no need to worry about the limited inventory space in Wildstar, as you get a separate inventory for crafting components, which is awesome. However, some things have changed a lot since the online guides and even some of the in-game explanations were written. I spent hours gathering blade leaf to craft canvas for Taylor, only to find out that that recipe no longer exists. Survivalist is now the most efficient method of gathering resources for Taylor, including canvas. This wasn't a huge deal and amounts to essentially a half hour of wasted time, but be careful what crafting and generally all topic guides you may follow for Wildstar. A lot's changed in the past year and not many of the guides have. Tip number 5, relax. Take a breath, enjoy the humor, buy something frivolous in-game, design the house. This game is some incredible and engaging content. But as we all know, sometimes playing a new MMO can feel like a race to get to that next plateau. Sit down and smell the roses. They really put a lot of effort into the art design and the extras in this game. Don't waste it rushing to the level cap. I'm as guilty of this as anyone, but in an effort to recapture some of that old MMO smell that I miss oh so much, I'm trying to reprogram my brain to get back to the basics and just have fun. Take it at a leisurely pace and just have a good time. Anyways, that's it for my top 5 tips when starting Wildstar. These literally are the first things to jump out at me in the first 20 levels or so I'm sure I'll be following this up with more as I get deeper into the game. Let me know in the comments what your tips are for starting players and whether or not you've been enjoying Wildstar. Definitely like the video if you liked it or if any of these tips were helpful, and please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Wildstar. Players to all the different classes and some of the abilities they may use.